In this one we're going to complete our look at the Series 3 hardtops, or station wagons if you prefer, and we're going to be looking at the blue, the dark blue, the red, the dark red, and finally the light green. But before we do that, we've got two pieces of news. The first piece of news we have concerns the Red Cross Land Rover, and this one's in the large logo version. Now, in previous videos we discussed the fact that we thought this was the earlier one as opposed to the smaller logoed variants. Up until now we've never had one of the what we regard as the early versions complete with all aspects that we saw in previous models, i.e. 2 rivets in the base plate and painted exhaust and axles, Type A wheels, etc, etc. So this firmly puts it as one of the earliest incarnations of this particular logo, and quite interestingly, out of all the models in this livery we've collected or seen, they've all had the WWX registration. However, this one has the alternative GPX. Now, the only way we could get back any earlier in the history of this model would be if one turned up with the base plate with no screw hole and mounting point for the plinth that came in to support the plastic cases when these changed from cardboard boxes. But as to whether one even exists is anybody's guess. Our next piece of news involves the blue soft top ambulance with the large logo, and this one's turned up with a painted vent panel, painted running gear, and a clear rear window. Now, everything else is what you would expect from the later versions, i.e. we've got 1 rivet in the fuel tank, and we've also got Type B wheels. It's always nice to confirm one that we suspect to exist, and even better to be able to add it to the collection. So that completes the news for this edition, and let's get on with the first of our blue station wagons. First off is the blue version with a white roof. Now, there's only been one release of this. It hasn't been the subject of a re-release, so they're not that easy to find, and they do tend to be paired with a base tracker speedboat. We've not seen any standalone ones in this particular model. Now, the second of our blue models today, this one is actually dark blue. So of the 3 shades of blue that have been released, one is a light blue, one is just listed as blue, this one is listed as dark blue. There's 2 versions of this one, the early one with the white roof and the later one with the cream roof. Next up we have the red station wagon. This one comes in old and new versions, and I've not seen any evidence that it's ever been paired with a speedboat, although they do have the towing hook. Now, the second of these models to wear the red livery is this one. In the photos it shows up as a lot lighter shade of red than it really is. It is a dark red, and if you get one in your hand there's no mistaking what you've actually got. It only seems to have been around in the original version. It's not been subject to a re-release. In the back of my mind, I seem to remember that this was coupled with a speedboat, but I can't be totally sure on that. So we haven't listed it because sometimes the memory plays tricks. At this point we have to have a stop press. During the final editing of this video, this duly arrived in the post, so it was a matter of squeeze it in so it was back off to the editor. Now this one turns up with a burgundy or maroon body colour. When I said I thought I'd seen one in this livery with a speedboat, this is the one I had in mind. I'd forgotten how dark it was. It comes with the usual white roof and everything you would expect, and is paired with a speedboat we've not seen before. And finally, in this body shell, we have the pale green. Now, there's only one version of this, and the only place I've seen it is paired with a Fisher speedboat. There might be single versions out there, but not seen any. And these are rather hard to find. So, there you have it. That's the last of this body shell. Coming up in the next episode, we're going to take a look at what models are on offer in the Defender 90 range, and then we'll have an overview of the rather extensive Defender 110s. So something to look forward to. So we'll see you again in the next episode. Until then, happy collecting.